More than 15,000 participants gathered this Monday evening in Park HaYarkon in Tel Aviv for an alternative remembrance ceremony, and a controversial one. For the 18th consecutive year, bereaved Israelis and Palestinians, convinced that only nonviolence and mutual understanding will end unnecessary deaths, have shared, side by side, their grief. For more than an hour, testimonies in Hebrew and Arabic followed one another.
My two beloved brothers, Pinky and Yair Marnin, died in combat during the war on October 7th, 1973. They were 23 and 19 years old. My mother found the strength to continue living and support me, thanks to her love. I started a family, I developed a career, and then I felt the need to share my personal story. I was determined to make a difference, so I decided to join the Israeli-Palestinian Parents Circle Families Forum, an association that has allowed me to share the story of my two brothers to a diverse and varied audience, and a message of peace and reconciliation for my children and for future generations.
I want to say to all the Israeli mothers who look at me that we share the same mourning. Our sorrow is your sorrow. Now more than ever, it's important to come together to end the bloodshed. That's enough. Enough.
Earlier this month, the co-organizing associations, the Combatants for Peace and the Parents Circle Families Forum, had to turn to the High Court of Justice after the decision of the Minister of Defense to prevent the participation of 169 Palestinians from the West Bank. The reason given by Yoav Gallant: the complex security situation in the region. But the Supreme Court sided with the associations.
We leave you tonight with hope. We will meet in the streets, at crossroads, on bridges, through social networks, and we will continue to fight for democracy for everyone, from the Jordan to the sea.
Thank you all for being with us here, and thank you to those who watched us in Israel and around the world. Thanks, Raida.
Thank you, Yossi.
See you next year.
This alternative ceremony, an event of hope for some Israelis, while for others, it is synonymous with betrayal. Outside, like every year, there were about 50 protesters venting their anger at seeing Israelis and Palestinians coming together to share their grief.